There is a great deal of tension between the United States and the Soviet Union in 1962, and there are rumors that the Soviets would soon detonate an atomic bomb. When Americans experience panic, they frequently construct bomb shelters in their backyards. Dr. Calvin puts forth great effort to outfit his bunker with enough supplies to endure for many years. Calvin hosts a party at his home one day with Helen, his pregnant wife. Everything is okay until they see President Kennedy's presentation on television, in which he declares that they are organizing a covert operation against the Soviet Union. Even though there are no specifics, Calvin still fears that war is on the horizon, so he throws out all of A plane passing above the city abruptly detects a technical malfunction. Everything crashes directly into Calvin's house, completely destroying everything, and the pilot is powerless to stop it. When Calvin hears the commotion and senses the shaking in the bunker, he believes the battle has begun and promptly closes the entrance. After 35 years, when nuclear particles have had time to normalize in the atmosphere, he tells Helen, the door will open itself. He can't open it manually. When the authorities eventually show up to examine the wreckage, they believe Calvin and Helen had perished in the collision since they cannot detect any evidence of life. Helen despises life down there, but Calvin feels at home as the days go by. She eventually bursts her water, and with her husband's assistance, she gives birth to a handsome child. Their kid Adam grows into a bright youngster as the days soon turn into years. In the hopes that Adam will rebuild the nation and restore its former splendor, Calvin teaches him everything he knows. In addition to the standard curriculum, Calvin instructs Adam in the boxing technique, knowing Latin and French strategies for managing the stock market. Helen teaches him how to dance and even how to conduct household duties. Additionally, Calvin attempts to explain sports to Adam and gives him his collection of baseball cards, but Adam finds it difficult to visualize so many people. He learns excellent etiquette from both parents, but they never swear in front of their kid, who is becoming more and more protected and innocent. The family effortlessly establishes a schedule that works for their everyday lives and enables them to go to the mini-mart and pretend to shop, fishing for fun in a tank, attend to your plants, create an additional space for Adam. Additionally, they offer a lounge where people can read, play games, and just unwind. The site that once housed them is sold and has been utilized for a number of other enterprises throughout the years. Initially, it is a diner, followed by a pizza and a nightclub. Adam turns 33 in 1995 and receives presents from his parents, who crafted them themselves. He hopes to one day meet the ideal mate as he blows out the candles. When Helen points out that there are only 2 years left, Calvin responds that he will miss this location when the time comes. This makes Helen walk into another room and vent her fury. When the 35 years come to a close in 1997, the door opens on its own. Calvin informs the eager family that he should do a quick check to make sure everything is safe before leaving. Wearing a radiation suit, he unlocks the lift and emerges into an abandoned building inhabited by a group of inebriated beggars. The sight of a blazing figure rising from the earth so startles Melchior that he faints. Calvin is then startled by all the changes as he exits the building. Graffiti abounds, people are treating firearms like toys, adult stores are filled with merchandise that he finds repulsive, and strange-looking individuals are speaking in a way he doesn't understand. Fearful, Calvin quickly returns to the bunker and tells that even if the air is breathable, the neighborhood is still a post-apocalyptic wasteland populated by insane mutants. When he says that they have to remain in the bunker, Helen eventually loses it. As she tells him how tired she is of being confined and how crucial it is that Adam connect with nature, she rants at him. Calvin had a heart attack during the fight because he won't alter his position. As supplies are running low and Calvin is ill, Helen sends Adam outdoors to buy enough food for a few years. As she instructs him to remain at the Holiday Inn and watch for a female who hasn't changed, she offers him some money and a shopping list. Adam is warned by Calvin not to go into the adult movie store due to the dangerous radiation levels there before he departs. After packing, Adam goes outside at last and finds that Melchior has created a little temple around the lift to worship Calvin's family, whom he believes to be holy. When Adam steps outdoors, he is overjoyed to see a variety of things for the first time, including the beautiful sky, buildings, trees, and even other people who think he's strange. When he welcomes a black woman, he unintentionally uses a slur because he is so thrilled to see someone with a different skin tone. He gets enthused over everything and says hello to everyone that passes him. He covers his nose as he walks past the adult video business and tells everyone to follow suit. He then boards the bus and becomes quite frightened as he feels the machine moving. When he attempts to communicate with other passengers, he employs archaic terms that no one can comprehend, leading them to believe he is strange. When Adam finally arrives at the grocery shop, he begins to get everything on the list. After the butcher informs Adam that a larger order may be delivered to his home, Adam realizes he has no idea how to return to the bunker. He leaves the business in a panic and spends the day traveling buses in vain in search of the bunker. As he runs out of money, he sells his father's baseball cards at a hobby store. Instead of alerting Adam that these cards are rare and old, the shop owner offers to buy the entire deck for just $500. Each of those cards costs between $4,000 and $6,000. So Eve, the store clerk, interrupts them before Adam can agree, telling him he is being conned. Adam is so pleased by Eve that he begins to develop a love on her when she criticizes her supervisor and quits on the spot. After they exit the shop, Adam requests that Eve drive him to the Holiday Inn. Eve first declines and attempts to flee from him, but she soon has second thoughts as Adam offers to give her 2 baseball cards as payment. Eve thinks Adam's selection of all the old songs on the radio throughout the journey is somewhat strange. Eve leaves without saying anything after dropping Adam off at the motel. Adam heads to his room, where he is astonished by the view outside his window from the 18th story. He then enjoys watching television in color. He also makes it a point to get up early in order to witness the dawn. Eve sees Adam at the hotel the next morning to return the cards since she feels bad about receiving such a large payment for such a basic work. After that, she makes an attempt to escape, but Adam stops her with an offer. In exchange for her helping him gather everything for the bunker, he will pay her to be his assistant. Eve accepts, so they rent a few trucks and go shopping together to buy enough goods to last another 2 years. Adam also surprises Jessica by admitting that he is looking for a marriage. Eve brings Adam to her house after they finish their shopping, where he meets Troy, her flatmate, who begins to bombard Adam with questions after noticing how taken aback he is by all the technology. Adam pretends to be from Alaska and is on a business trip here. Because she is too intrigued, Helen boards the lift, but she quickly returns when she notices Melker and his pals acting strangely. Troy offers Adam a completely new attire that enhances his good looks after determining that he needed a fashion makeover. Adam encounters a lot of new things over the course of the following several days, including skating, dancing to contemporary music, and viewing the ocean with Eve and Troy. Adam becomes so ecstatic that he carelessly dives into the ocean. He ultimately learns why his father enjoys baseball so much and gets to see a game as well. Adam is in complete astonishment as he stands beneath the rain one day. Adam shares his happiness with Eve when she visits to see how he is doing, telling her that his father would consider this a miracle. Eve and Troy accompany Adam to an old-fashioned swing club in the evening in an attempt to find him a wife, and they advise him to be himself. Women at the club are instantly drawn to Adam because of his kind disposition, polite demeanor, and attractive appearance. Eve becomes envious as soon as his attention is drawn to her opponent, and they begin to get along. Saying that she wants a nice lady, not a skank, in her life, she pulls Adam aside. They take over the dance floor when Adam invites another female to join him, and his incredible dancing abilities leave everyone in awe. In an attempt to suppress her jealousy, Eve talks to her ex-boyfriend, who teases Adam and gets him into a fight. But Adam immediately frightens the man away with his boxing skills. Eve, fed up with the drama, quits the club and heads home by herself. When Troy shows there, he tells her that Adam went out with her competitor, which makes Eve realize she loves Adam and run to find him. She climbs inside the car, but before she can go, she is startled by a knock on the window and hits the floor. Adam is the one who brings her inside and tends to her scrape, while stating that he had to turn down the other females since he was unable to stop thinking about Eve. After Adam admits his affections for Eve, they share a kiss. Now that they are together, Adam makes the decision to finally tell Eve the truth about his home and family, along with the fact that he wants to marry Eve so that she may live in the bunker with him. Eve, on the other hand, quickly throws him out because she believes he is a madman who has been skilled at disguising it. Troy teaches Adam how to drive and shows him about town the next day. Adam ultimately finds the building above his bunker, where Melker has organized an entire religion around the lift, after spotting the pornographic video store from earlier and following the road. As he eagerly returns to Eve to share the news, he discovers 2 psychiatrists are already there. Adam attempts to comply at first, but he quickly flees when he spots an opportunity. As a doctor follows him, the other person tries to contact the police, but Eve intervenes and acknowledges her mistake. Adam rushes up to her at that point and hands her his hotel key so she may use the cards to pay the bill. He then crashes into the doctor's car while fleeing in the truck he rented. In addition to Calvin's stock certificates, which are now valued at millions of dollars, Eve and Troy discover a number of artifacts manufactured in the 1960s when they eventually arrive to Adam's hotel room. They realize Adam was honest with them because of these things. After 2 weeks apart from them, Adam eventually makes it back to the bunker and gives his parents a hug. As Melker and his pals load the goods, he takes them in and informs them that the outside world is beautiful. When Eve is desperate to find Adam, Troy brings her to the pornographic video store, where they begin stomping on the floor in the hopes of discovering the bunker. Evidently, they discover nothing and make the decision to depart. But, as they do so, they spot Adam about to enter the adjacent building. Adam asks Eve to meet his parents, and Eve rushes to him to embrace and kiss him. In addition to having supper together, Calvin and Helen enjoy Eve a lot. Calvin also talks to Adam about the birds and bees, but Adam urges his parents to wait 2 months before he starts planning for a new life. Adam and Eve sell Calvin's investments in the next weeks and construct a new country home that is exactly like Adam's old one. Melker assists as well after cleaning up and eventually giving up alcohol. Adam invites his parents to the home after everything is prepared, so they can gradually acclimatize to the new environment. Later, when Helen and Eve are preparing supper, Adam eventually explains to Calvin that the Soviet Union fell apart, that there was never an atomic war, and that the bomb had actually been an aircraft that crashed into their home. Calvin finds it hard to accept and begins planning the construction of a new bunker as a precaution. Make sure to enable alerts and subscribe in order to view more videos like this one. Many thanks for your attention.